on site.
Welcome back, guys, and thank you for joining us on another episode of On Site. This is season 2, and I am your host, as usual, Milira. But as you can see, our venue has changed, and we would like to thank Protea Hotel Ventu for availing this beautiful space for us. So please, guys, don't forget to book your stay. On today's episode, we are joined by a young gentleman called Thando, and he said that, when I met him, he was like, he absolutely refuses to work for anyone. He did that before, and it was just like, nope, I want to be my own boss. So what we're focusing on today is, you don't need to work the 8 to 5 to be a successful businessman, or like they tell us on an everyday basis that, use your 8 to 5 to finance your business. He decided that he's gonna fully commit to entrepreneurship, and today he's gonna share his journey with us. Thando, thank you so much for joining us today. Get you in a good space.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Okay. You had I spoke to you before this interview. I met him, found that I need to have this guy on my show. So tell us, what is it that you do?
I'm the owner of TCJ Holdings. It's a holding company, and I'm into security, I'm into healthcare, and I'm into education. Those are my 3 main focuses at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you become an entrepreneur? How did you embark on, how you decide these are the industries that you're going to invest your time into?
Okay, first of all, I started off with security. It's a security company called Force Security. It was actually my brother's idea. It was an opportunity that presented itself. He spoke to me about it. I didn't understand it. And then as time went on, we invested into it. We bought it from someone that used to rent at our place. And then as time grew, I used to work for MultiChoice that time. And then, even though I was working for MultiChoice, I saw the type of money I was bringing in for them, but I could not understand why I wasn't getting the salary that I thought I deserved, right? So 2015, I resigned without even having a plan. Actually, honestly, I didn't have a plan. But 2015 was a good year, so everyone was going into tenders, I didn't understand what a tender was, so me and my friends registered companies, and then we had made profiles and we were running around with those files, going to different ministries, presenting our businesses. But as time went by, I started to do more research, and I realized, because I wanted to be different from everyone else, so I started asking those guys, listen, we're in competition with people like a Waltons or Cookavits. How could we be on the same level as these guys? And then, but by that time, a few of my friends didn't understand or see the vision like I saw it. So for me, I decided to fall back and then do some research, find out about manufacturers or suppliers, or how I could get bulk stock and people could buy from me, so I could become like a small Waltons or Cookavits. So the little money that I had, I went to SA, spoke to some suppliers, and then I created a good profile for myself, but I had never provided anything. So when I kept on knocking on different doors, the first people to open their doors to me was Ministry of Finance. They needed stationery, and by that time my portfolio was it's almost like it was so perfect, and by that time they were giving opportunities to SMEs. So when they gave me that opportunity, it was easy for me to execute because I had done my due diligence.
Yeah. Let me cut you off there. I'm listening to you, and I'm hearing a lot about profiling, building a profile, and I think when it comes to entrepreneurship or business or just this adult world that we live in, I think there's some sort of uniformity. You need to present yourself well. You need to inform yourself, so guys don't neglect your education. But then one thing that I'm listening to you, and one thing that every entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, is facing is finances. Yeah. You're talking about the running around, creating a profile, going to SA, networking and all of that, and it doesn't come cheap. How is it that you manage? Because you were there before. I'm sorry to say this, but this guy once said, like, he was he refuses to absolutely be broke one day. I think he was on the ground and then he said never again. And I think in every person's, like in your life, you reach rock bottom and then you're like, from this I never want to be there, and you learn how happy and pathetic it is, and from there you go. But then one other thing that you said was like, you're so broke you had Hadianas and then you didn't. He was that broke, but now he's driving his own car, he's able to finance himself. But then for you to build to get there, how did you finance the activity? How did you finance the dream? How did you finance the journey?
Okay. First of all, honestly, the one thing that we neglect as entrepreneurs is just financial management. We don't have it. A lot of us don't have it. So even if you're really broke and you make it, the chances of you squandering your money or anything that you have are very high, because there's a lot of things that you want to buy. There's a certain lifestyle you want to live and you want to execute. So for us, even in the beginning when we did get, especially like for myself, when I did get that money, luckily for me I have a brother that he hasn't experienced a lot of things, but he has so much knowledge. But even with his knowledge, trying to educate me and help me, I still went off the road. Like I didn't care. I would listen to him, but I would still eat the money. You see, some people you go into that route and then you never come back. And then some people you go through that and then you say never again because you learned your lesson. Like some lessons, some people would rather go through it and learn, and then they have the experience. Some people don't even need to experience it. They'll just say, you know what, it doesn't sound like a good route. So for us, I remember in the beginning when we got the jobs, that time, when I'm saying 2015 was a good year, we had the SME bank, so getting a loan that time, SME bank was the only place that could finance us. Honestly, the banks didn't want to finance you because they needed collateral, and then you were a young business person, you had no house, you had nothing on your name, so what collateral do you put on? But SME then that time, they had a system where they would use the purchase order as the collateral, and you open an account with them and then they finance you.
How do I educate myself? It's easy for me to, and especially in a community where we have black ticks.
Yes.
They will be like, nah, Thando is a business, and and Thando is, yes, I'm making money, but I'm trying to grow this business. How do you grow and still cater to your black ticks? Because people are like, yeah, Thando has money, his cousins need school, and how do you balance the two of those?
What I've experienced in the years I've been doing business is you need to try and identify. It's very difficult, but you need to try and identify a business that provides service. Whether it be manufacturing, whether it be security guard, because people need those. They need security guards every day. Whether it be education, kids need school books. They need pencils, they need tables, they need chairs. So if you are manufacturing these things, the likeliness of your business growing and are very high, rather than something where you're going to be doing a tender once and then after 6 months the tender is going to need to wait another 8 months, and then what are you doing for those 8 months? So those are the things that we need to identify. And if you can, when you do make your money, whether it's little or a lot, try and enroll it like in a business course. It's very important because most of the young business people like myself, I never went to like a UNAM or Polytech one. I don't have the tertiary education. So if my friend that has had business admin and he knows how to hustle in the streets and knows how to run a business, he could balance that and his business could thrive, you understand? Because he has the theory and he also has the practical. Whereas I just have the practical, you see? So I'd always encourage them, like, guys, let's, take a course, a 6 months course, a 2 months course, whatever, just so you can understand the background. Because the last time we did business was in school, and it doesn't really go into depth like that. So yeah, those are like that is what I would advise a lot of young SMEs, honestly. Like for me, like I said, I look at an opportunity, even if it takes me 2, 3 months, 6 months just to plan and execute, and you need to be focused. you need to honestly believe that you are going to achieve it, and you need to work towards it. You can't just say, one day I'll own a plane, but you don't know how, or God will provide. You understand? You need to have a plan, put a plan in action and say, okay, so how do I acquire a plane? Okay, I start by doing this. Where do I look? Am I looking for a second hand? Am I looking for a first hand? You look at stuff like that. You do research, you read. I'm not someone, I hate reading. I've never read a book in my life. I won't like it. I read school books only because I needed to pass, but other than that, I don't. I like watching, so I'll watch whatever it is that I wanted to find out about, whether it's business, whether it's about education system, or whether it's about the health system, or certain things. So I like watching documentaries and then just listening to people talking and talking to different people, trying to get different ideas and trying to see how to put these things together and then how I can make it successful one day.
Okay, so I'm sure, I don't know you that well, I know you, but I'm sure that this is not the end for you. So what are your plans for the future? Where are we? So because I know that you want to be one of those people where you have great wealth under your belt. So what are your plans for the future?
For the future, honestly, I would like to own a manufacturing company where we manufacture medicine in Namibia ourselves, where we manufacture chemical items, whether it be gloves, whether it be condoms, whether it be bandages. That's like my dream. So that's what I'm working towards now. So whatever money I have right now, that's what I'm investing into. That's why, like, for me, healthcare is my core business. It's the business that takes most of my time. 90% of my time, that's what I'm doing. I've traveled to the different summits. I've been to China, I've been to SA, I've been to Korea. I'm trying to travel as much as I can to try and find, especially like a country like China, where they've been manufacturing for more than 100 years and whatnot. So you want to go to places like that when they have this education, this health summits in different countries. I fly to those places, I go, I try and meet doctors, try and find out the new technologies, what's happening. So that's my core business, because the opportunity is here in Namibia, but we have a few companies that are actually reaching those pinnacles, and so I think some of them are even South African owned, or we don't have our own local manufacturing. Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's an honor to have you. It's an honor to listen to you. I know that there's still a lot that I can learn from you. But what you're teaching us today, that it's not an easy road.
Yeah, it's not.
We need to be fully invested wholeheartedly. And also, determination is key.
It is.
And you need to stay focused. You need to keep your, focus on the bigger picture. Be persistent with what it is you want. But young people, that's why we are here. That's why we are here every day or all the time, showing you, introducing you to new entrepreneurs, just so you can tell you guys that the journey to entrepreneurship is unique in itself, but it can be done. If one person can do that, the next person can do it, you can also do it. So don't be discouraged, and young people, please keep pushing, and determination is key. Thank you very much for joining us on another episode of On Site.